Hello and welcome to Golden Chat, where we provide straight talk. Each week, we deliver the best insights on assisted living facility. I'm your host, Stella, and with your co-host, Lana and Pedro. So
Hello.
today, we're going to get to know us a little bit better. Pedro, tell me, why did you become an operator?
I became an operator because I was a caregiver for my father. I was trying to find an assisted living facility that was affordable for his needs. And of course, his ethnic background being Hispanic, that would, a great marriage of a facility. And it was some challenges. So most of the challenges were financial, of course. However, with that being said, I started exploring options, and one of the options that I came up with was becoming an operator myself. So, with my background, I did a lot of surveys of facilities
Mm-hmm.
when I was with the Department of Elder Affairs. So I already knew the regs, but I didn't know the business side of it. So that's the part I needed to really explore and get some information on. That's kind of where I was lacking with the business side of it.
Okay, so your motivation was to be able to find a place for your
My
family.
father, for my
I
dad.
love that. I love that. Lana, tell me a little bit more about you. Why did you become an operator?
Well, my background is nursing, and it has a wide range from critical care to psychiatric behavioral health nursing. So I eventually started working in the assisted living facilities, the small ones and the large facilities. And I would see about 30 patients per week, residents per week in the assisted living facilities. And I would see them for depression and anxiety, and sometimes just the fact of transitioning into an ALF, they needed a little bit of emotional support. So when I was traveling in and out of these large facilities and small facilities, what I would hear the residents say is that they were missing that home environment.
Mm-hmm.
Even though each facility is, very specific in what they offer, and it is different. Um, my passion is to create my own facility, having my nursing background, that I thought could be very holistic and spiritual, as well as having that nursing background to really oversee medications. So it was really just trying to put together that package that I thought that would promote a really good quality of health for these seniors. And I absolutely love what I do, and I'm so glad that I got involved in this business because it's so rewarding.
Mm.
And but the nursing aspect really motivated me. So and knowing that I felt like I could make a difference.
Okay,
So mhm.
so you came from a place of care because you're a healthcare already a professional. So that was your how you started.
Yeah, that was my motivation because when you're walking in and out of these assisted living facilities on a daily basis, Monday through Friday, and each individual's struggling for different reasons. Yes, they're happy. Yes, they're, overall, they've chose where they wanted to be. But still, the fact of the matter is it's a different part of your life, and you're going on a different journey. So when you start that new journey, you need that emotional
Mm.
support and you need that professional advice. And so I felt like that I could offer that to my residents. And so it's made a big difference, helping them with that transition and providing that facility.
Yeah, yeah. And I've been to both of your facilities, so
Mhm.
I can tell the difference. Now, Pedro, tell me, you said that you were looking for a facility for your dad, and you couldn't really see what was for him, I guess, from different point of view. What do you think now that you created your facility has made a difference for your dad and for all the people in your dad's situation as well?
Yeah. So with my dad's situation, we're of Cuban descent. So we spoke Spanish in home. And as he aged, he started speaking more Spanish. He was bilingual. However, even though you would ask him a question in English, he would answer in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So as he aged, it was just more Spanish. So trying to find caregivers that were at these locations was going to be important. And then, of course, he wanted rice and beans every day. So unfortunately, that was going to be absent in some of these locations. I did place him in a large facility. And he was there for around 60 days. But I was having to go every day. I was having to take him meals every day. I was going. I mean, it was quite unique. So that the environment wasn't conducive. So I did try it. Um, when the idea came to me to start the facility, it just made sense that I would be able to provide the care that he needs because I was doing it. The uniqueness was how could I do this and sustain myself for the family, and then that's kind of what sparked the idea of doing this as a facility because I would find 5 other individuals that were just like that, spoke Spanish, was look. I mean, I couldn't have been the only person out there. So the niche that my facility has is that all the residents at the Winter Park location are Hispanic, and the caregivers are bilingual, and the menu is diverse with a lot of Spanish meals. Though the dietitian put it together, but it has all the Spanish meals that the Hispanic cultures tend to eat on a regular basis.
Yeah, I'm sure that's making a big difference as well because I do understand that as well. Lana, tell me, as a nurse, do you feel that it actually offers a better quality, having a nurse on site offer, from your point of view, a better quality of care, or it's just about seeing things in a different way? Because you did say that you were working in critical care.
Correct. Critical care for years, and then I eventually trained and got into the psychiatric nurse business where I was doing case management for the seniors at the assisted living facilities. So the people that Pedro and I see come into our facility with the home health, I was one of those case managers that used to walk into the facility. In fact, I walked into his facility years ago, and now here we are today, fellow administrators. But I mean, the nursing background is a plus. I mean, it definitely is. When people come to my facility, I am, every 3 months looking at my residents' medications and collaborating with the physicians. And if there's medications that they don't need on board, because as we age, you don't need the same amount of meds that maybe you did 6 months ago, a year ago, or maybe the dosage needs to be decreased. So from a nursing background, that is very important. And I've actually got a lot of my residents off medications that they don't even need anymore. Some residents, when they're, on medications, doctors forget to review them like they need to, and they just keep adding. So at my facility, we don't keep adding, we keep decreasing.
That's good. I love the fact that you guys have different background because basically, what do you say makes a good operator? What, in your view, makes a good operator? Knowing that you have different backgrounds.
I think that, for a good operator, you have to be compassionate. I mean, that comes first. Because if you don't have compassion for the craft, then you're not going to be understanding to the needs of the clientele and, of course, the family. Because it's not just, though the resident is the one that you're taking care of, you also have to interact with the family, and the family have expectations. So you're not just trying to meet the expectations of the resident, you're trying to meet the expectation of the resident and the family. To add to Lana's point, I think the nurses are a critical part of our daily operation. Because there's times that even when doctors send in prescriptions that are PRN, as needed, and there's certain facilities that aren't able to administer PRNs. And if you're not familiar with the regs, then you can find yourself at minimum with a fine, at worst is shut down. So there's still words I can't pronounce, medications. So if it wasn't for the nurses to explain what these things are, how would we know? So, it can sound contagious and it's not, but, when you use the medical terms, if you're not familiar with that, so, the compassion is great, but you have to have that fundamental. If you don't have the background, you're going to have to collaborate with a nurse because that's how you're going to be successful. Because part of giving the care at an assisted living facility is not just ADLs. It is medication, assist with medication administration.
Yeah, I like that. So Lana, what's your What's your viewpoint? What makes a good operator?
Well, first of all, I feel like I'm at an award show because thank you, Pedro, for acknowledging the importance of the nurse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, my man.
You're welcome. You welcome. I will like it also.
You have to have a good, broad, I think, background in general. First of all comes passion. If you're passionate really about what you're doing, you're going to have the energy and you're going to wake up in the morning excited about your business. But at the same time, you want to, if whatever you're weaker in, you need to resource that. So if you're weaker in your business aspect, you need to bring that professional, expert in to help you. If you're, you need help in, providing activities and you don't understand which activities will work best for your seniors, maybe you need to bring in an activity coordinator for a while to help you out. So I think if you're passionate and you come in with a good, a solid background, that whatever you need to be successful, as long as you resource those people to help you, you'll persevere, you'll be successful in the business.
I think that is going to be the word for the end, Lana. That was great. Thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. So next week, we are going to be discussing, the topic will be how to choose the best facility for your loved one. So you guys stay tuned.
You can find everything that we talked about today on our website, Easier Living for You, where you can subscribe to the podcast so you'll never miss a show.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.